Hello.
Tough loss tonight is IAP for Devils in detail. I'm curious to know what has happened to the offense and definitely disappearing, and especially this Arizona State having 5 turnovers.
Yeah, you can't have 5 turnovers in a win. That's pretty it. Like, all the other stuff is kind of irrelevant. Can't have 5 turnovers in a win. You're just not going to win games having 5 turnovers. It's like the most fundamental thing in football. We were really good last year at that. We were really good at points of this year in that. But today you got to give credit for them for knocking the ball out. But you can't turn the ball over 5 times. Yeah, I mean, I told our guys in the locker room, this sucks. Like, this is horrible. Like, I have to live in this city. Like, that sucks. Like, I get a year of this game just around. That sucks. That's the best part about this game is you have repercussions for a year, right? I get to hear about it, right? But remove yourself from this moment of misery, and you guys, and I told the group, you guys have done something special. You guys took a program that was dead. You guys had them all raise their hand. Everybody who signed here when we were 3-9, which was anybody who didn't sign here this last year, raise your hand. You guys all came here when we were dead. Absolutely nobody wanted to be here. And you guys took a team and did something that hasn't been done in 12 years. Went back-to-back 8-win games, 8-win seasons. Through all the adversity, you took a team that was dead and did something that hasn't been done since you guys were 6, 7, 8 years old. Now we have an opportunity still to go get 20 wins in the last 2 years. And I couldn't tell you I bet you maybe 3 times in the last 40 years that's probably happened, that a team has won 20 wins in back-to-back in a combined 2-year span. And that's our goal. We have a bowl game, and let's go in on an unbelievable note, and let's go, finish this season and send our seniors out right. But the moment sucks, but like the body of work, anybody that doesn't appreciate those guys' body of work, man, you just don't like kids, I guess, because you got to appreciate these kids' body of work. And that's what I appreciate about them, man. They wanted to be Sun Devils. They stayed Sun Devils. We faced some adversity this year, and we still found a way to win games. And I'm so proud of that group. Mad at myself, didn't get these guys ready enough tonight. And but I'm so proud of that group in there. They've changed this program. You see the crowd? Unbelievable. That's unbelievable. That environment was as good as any environment, right? We sold out the entire season. Like, we're in the right direction. One moment does not define a football team. It sucks. It defines, being able to talk shit for a year, which that sucks because we can't, right? But it does not define the direction we're going. It does not define the excitement that was in that stadium. It does not define our players. Oh. Oh, this one?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then number 2, you can imagine there's going to be a lot of negative attention on Jeff with the turnovers today. Could you just give us more of a humanize the kid, put it in perspective?
I mean, Jeff's 3-1 as the full-time starting quarterback. I mean, Jeff is an unbelievable human being. He's an unbelievable person. He has all the ability in the world. I feel for him tonight. I really do. But I feel for him because he's a great person. And, he's a guy that's going to be successful in life. I can almost guarantee that. And even though it didn't work out tonight, like I said, I just have so much respect and love, and he's just such a good human being. And I think sometimes people need to stop, think, and be like, man, this dude chose to be a Sun Devil. This dude fought. This dude had 200-something yards versus Iowa State to keep us alive. Like, this dude battled for Arizona State football. And sometimes the ball doesn't go your way. And I hope that doesn't define him here. I hope what defines him here is wanting to be a Sun Devil and fighting and competing and doing whatever he can to try to win games.
Your players at the end of last season said that last year's team was unbreakable at the very end of the last game of the season. Since you're the only one standing up there, what is the word to describe this team?
I just think I don't know of a word. I mean, I would just say, like, Sun Devils. They're Sun Devils. They want to be Sun Devils. Like, they chose to be Sun Devils. They're going to be Sun Devils for life. I would just say they're Sun Devils. And they're good Sun Devils. They're one of the most fun teams that this fan base has seen in the last 30 years here. I mean, that's what it is. And we'll get wrapped up in the moment, and I get it. It's the rivalry, I get it. It's the game you're supposed to win. Trust me, I know. But, like, man, these kids are Sun Devils. I'm proud of them. I'm absolutely proud.
Coach, you mentioned the players that chose to come here after the 3-9 season, celebrating all those seniors tonight on senior night. I know it's still rough after the game, but what are your kind of emotions, knowing how different this group will look?
Yeah, I love those kids, man. Like, I got emotional out there. They're a special group. Like I said, they've really, not many times in your life do you get the opportunity to change, like, from the bottom to literally write your own story. And this team did. And guess what? Not all stories end with a happy ending. Sorry. It's a bad ending. But the story's unbelievable. The story is unbelievable. Like, what anybody in this room 3 years ago, whatever it was, 2 days, if I could tell you the last 2 years were what we experienced, who would say yes? I think every single person, every single one. Now, if I asked all the ASU people in this room if this day, would you say yes? Don't say no, right? So would I. But the last 2 years have been unbelievable. And it's only the beginning. That's the best part, is when you start to sell out crowds, when you start to get excitement. Not everything goes your way, but we're way higher than we were. And we're going to continue to build. And that's the goal. And it's my job to make sure that even in the lowest moments, we put things in perspective. And this is as low as you can get. As low as you can get. But let's put it in perspective. We'd all say yes if I said we could be, even if we had no season last year. If we just said year 3, we'd be 8-4. People would be like, yep, we'll sign up for that. Right? And these kids are unbelievable. I mean, I love these kids. These kids really set an identity here. And I think the city should remember them for that and be proud that they have activated the Valley. They really have. And it's only the beginning.
Coach, outside of the 5 turnovers, you talked about how good they was.
I mean, well, 5 turnovers. I mean, that's most. I mean, that's a lot, right? I mean, that's a lot. We gave them short fields. We had a really good pump block, but we didn't get them to punt enough, even because the short fields and the turnovers negated our pump block that we felt really good about. And then, yeah, I mean, they stopped the run pretty well for the most part, but we didn't have enough plays. And when you don't have enough plays and your time of possession is 40-19, 59, that's because of turnovers. And then they get to wear on your defense. So your defense should actually have played, if they would have played less snaps, they would have played better statistically, even though they already played really, really well. But when you turn the ball over 5 times, you give them short fields, and then we didn't flip field position and special teams. All of those things put your defense, backs against the wall, sort of say. But, yeah, you can't have 5 turnovers. Yeah, I don't want to give one person because I think there's a bunch. I mean, this is a true team. Like I said, this team, I mean, all the things that have happened this year, and they kept fighting. I mean, they fought and fought and fought. And guess what? Today, we got beat by a good football team. Don't forget that part. That's a good football team. They've done a good job as a staff. Those players played hard. They have a really good quarterback. I mean, 28, 45, 286 yards, 1 touchdown. That kid's been there for 3 years. He led that team to a 10-win year before. The core of that football team their leaders had a 10-win season, and they're back. And so, really good football team. Can't turn it over 5 times.
Chris Cartman, Sun Devil Source. I know this is very fresh, but in light of what you said, that this is just the beginning, Kenny, given the challenges of this season, special teams, offense, and what do you have to do moving forward with how many players you have to replace and everything to make sure that you continue on a trajectory that you want to be on?
Yeah, I just say we got to do a good job evaluating people and looking for who we should add to the program. In today's day and age, with the current way it's set up, it's harder to withstand injuries than it's ever been because it's just the new model of college football. But I think we're going to have a really good chance to go get really good players to add to the program. We still have we've done this before where we had to go get a lot of players and add them. The difference was I feel like our depth and our young guys in our program, I feel really, really good about. I feel really good about the guys we've signed. So I think those guys are going to get better and better and better. So I feel like, even though we do have to kind of reload, we have so much better depth than we had 2 years ago or 3 years ago when we got here that we don't have to go crazy anymore. We just got to fill a few spots that we feel like one of the young guys quite isn't ready to play it yet.
And do you feel like with the positive support that you've mentioned recently, that will help accomplish the things that you need in the transfer portal?
Yeah, I do. I think we're in the right direction there. I think that we're going to be able to go try and sign some good players, and players that fit us, players that fit our culture, players that want to be Sun Devils, and that'll always be a priority for me as people who want to be here. That message has never changed. And I think now that we sell out crowds, now that the games are unbelievable, even good or bad, they're great environments, and we're a team that's talked about, that's playing a game in Week 12, that matters in the Big 12 picture. I think we're going to be an attractive place for a lot of people. Hi. Life.
We'll let Coach go and have players.
Where do you want to sit? I'll stand. No, you take my seat. I'll stand. Take my seat.
Yeah, it's on. Coach Jose Romero, Arizona Republic.
Hey.
Hi. The energy that's having Scat brought back tonight. What was it like just to see him and have him around the program and be himself, be who he is tonight in front of everybody?
Yeah, great to see him. Everybody loves Scat. Scat was a big piece of this team last year. He's a big piece of Arizona State moving forward. But, like I said, these group of guys right here, they changed an organization. Pretty cool. They changed an organization. How many people in life can say they change? A lot of people can join an organization. A lot of people can't change it. That takes a special group of people. And these guys, they've done it.
Kenny, now that this portion of the season's over, can you give us a final update on Jordan Tyson and what was he fighting and what he showed?
Yeah, I don't want to get into, what pulled him out today, something, lingering. Just sucked, that sucked. Obviously got hurt, first drive, really. It was lingering going into the game. And, that's unfortunate. He's a good player. So not having him out there, not ideal. Losing Boogie, not ideal early. He flew down, made a huge hit. I think he'll be okay. But those are two really good players, so it's always unfortunate when you lose guys like that. But, when you have 5 turnovers, it doesn't really matter. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Head up.
Yeah, for the two offensive guys, putting the turnovers aside, what did you guys think were the challenges on the offensive side today?
Shoot, the challenge was us. We just had to get our own ways, and by the time we kind of figured it out, it was kind of too late, So that's just the game of football. So we got to capitalize early. We can't start slow and clearly we started slow, and the result was 7-23. We got to help the defense out.
Yeah.
Got the best linebacker to the left of me and the best corner in the draft to the right of me, so it's kind of the amount of times they give us the ball, shoot, we got to capitalize. And shoot, we just failed them tonight, so that's more on us than them. So defense gave us a fighting chance every time, so that's all you can ask for.
I'd say it's crazy for real, like just seeing the growth of the program. Like first year being 3-9, and like it was bad. But like now we upset by 4 losses. Like I feel like that just shows the change of the culture here. That all these guys and people in the locker room, that just the standard here just changed. So I definitely say that's the standards of the whole building. Just we just all following Coach Kenny, and we just trusting him, and everything just rising for sure. It's a great feeling, just knowing the impact that the guys made, just seeing me, especially me, seeing it like from year one to now. It's crazy. It's just a great feeling though, for sure.
For the defensive guys, you guys could kind of tell, knowing going into the game, that Arizona was going to throw a lot of these kind of 8 to 12-yard passing plays. What did you guys see from their offense that was kind of maybe giving you guys some troubles or things you had to work through a little bit?
I would say just like, I think early on it was a matter of, just understanding what they were going to come out with. Like I would say like, they won what they run, but kind of a flavor of the weak team in some areas. So with that, we were just the first, I want to say like first 2-3 drives, like, wanted to come out there and just get our feet right. Kind of get an understanding of how they were going to try to play us, attack us today. And, I feel like, once we, got settled in, for the most part, we were able to come out there and, deliver some good stops and, just, play some good defense.
And then Coach mentioned as well playing a lot of minutes for you guys, having a lot of snaps, playing almost 40 minutes or so. How does that kind of take a toll on your guys' bodies over the game, or how you guys feeling like in the third quarter versus in the first, playing that many snaps?
I mean, it's what come with it, man. Like, it's over the course of the season, like, we found ourselves like, in like on the field a lot, and so it's a matter of just acclimating, adjusting, and like, I mean, at the end of the day, back against the wall, like, not letting them score, regardless of if we out there 40 minutes, 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 plays, 60 plays, 40, whether it's a lot of plays or none at all, like we just know to go out there and give our all, that's just what it is.
Hi, it's Aya Abdi for Devils in Detail. Oh, wait. I think it's not working. Hold on. It's now working. Okay, perfect. It's Aya Abdi for Devils in Detail. I have 2 questions for you. From having a tougher schedule in this season to dealing with injuries to notable starters, how do you describe this type of season while still being short of expectations in the Big 12 championship game?
It just showed that we fighters. At the end of the day, like, we had, I think, like 6 people from our leadership council, like, out for the season. And like Coach Diddy was just saying, like, a lot of teams, like, honestly, with how it happened and when it did, and how we got hit with all our stuff, as early as it did, like, most teams could have easily, we went out there and not won no more games, like, but it just showed the fight. It like Coach Diddy was just saying, it showed the type of people that we brought in here, just the collective amount of people. It just showed a standard that was that was set over the last 2 years, and like I said, I think it just shows that although the season, like Keith just said, we mad about 4 wins, like. Just 2 years ago, this team, like, it was not even close. So, just looking at stuff like that, you got to understand, like, that ultimately, like, we created this. That's what it's about. And although we lost today, looking back on it, I think we all got something to be proud about.
And another question coming from you guys: how special was it to have Cam Scatterbill as a special guest on the court before the game?
It was great, just seeing the impact that Scat has on the community, on the fans, on the whole Sun Devil Nation. It was great just having him back having his energy there. Yeah, it was great.
Jacob Brooks, Sun Devil Source. Shimon, question for you. There was a moment when you were walking up during the Devil's Walk with Malik McClain and Jeff Sims, and you yelled out, three-man band, and then the three of you guys walked up together. What has your bond with them meant to you during your time here?
I mean, shoot, those my brothers at the end of the day, you know. Shoot, we came in here, we all got similar stories. Shoot, and I could call on them whenever. Shoot, we text every day. They got my location, I got their location. I see everywhere they go. They see everywhere I go. So if they doing something at night that I know they never supposed to be doing, I know. So it's just that's the bond, you know, we got. So at the end of the day, shoot, I know the type of guys they are. I see the type of work they put in. Shoot, those guys I can rely on. Shoot, same with these guys to my right and left. And some of the guys, like we just spoke about injuries during this. Are you injured or you hurt? Can you play through it or can you not? And unfortunately, we had a lot of guys that's key players on the team that couldn't play through it. For example, Xavier Alford, that's the leader in the back end of the safety room. We missed him. You know, shoot, that's a big impact. He goes down. It's like, okay, who we look to? We look to Boogie. He go down today. Damn, who we got to throw in? Kyan. What he had? 9 tackles. First time he ever played. Like, what? We're gonna keep fighting back against the wall. Yeah, we got fighters at the end of the day. So shoot, just imagine them guys that we had missing Ben. We got freshmen in Makai Stewart. He hasn't played. Like, we're going to work with guys that haven't had the experience, but we know they're fighters, and, you know, we got each other back. So, back to your question, three-man band. Jeff Sims get all the hate in the world, but, shit, he shows up and work every day. So, at the end of the day, I respect the guy. I give anything to him. If he needed it and I got it, he got it. That's just how it goes. Same with Malik. Shoot, if Malik ain't feeling the play, I ain't feeling it either. So, we all going to argue about it. Shit, I'll die behind Malik, so, like, I'll die behind the group of all these guys too. Shoot, K1 know it's time to work at practice. Crypto the same thing. Like, it's still a brother at the end of the day, so we just look to get better at the end of the day.
All pretty good.
Yeah, Malik, is there anything you could say about your connection with Jeff Sims, just based off of that?
Man, my guys, you know, we all cut from the same cloth. You know, we got the same story in ways. You know, a lot of the guys that's on this team got the same story in ways too. And I feel like we all cut from the same cloth. That's why we fight so hard for each other. You know, this whole season, just leading up to this point, K1, going against him every day, he got me so much better. Like, he'll never even understand. Going against Crook, he really not trying to get blocked at all. Like, for real. Like, he don't want you to touch him, you know. Shimon, he trying to see red, play one, you know. We come in practice, we tired. He trying to take somebody to the bar off the rip. So, you know, just being cut from the same cloth with these guys is blood in, blood out.
Couple back there, Aiden, and then get it over to Jake.
Yeah, I'll keep it simple for all of you guys. You've all been through different paths in your football career. Malik, you played at one of the biggest brands in the entire sport. Why is Arizona State different than every other college football team in the country?
And culture.
Yep.
100%.
Facts.
I think we all this team full of people that came from other places, you know, old schools. You know, we all came from, you know, a past school. You know, it's I could just say it's truly different. You know, to be around a collective group of people. Like, you know, a lot of teams preach family, like they scream family, but like, you know, it's not really. I think that's just what people say. Like, but really, I feel like here, like it's showed. Like, your coach is gonna call you every day. Like, they gonna ask you how you doing. Like, it don't even have to be none with football. Like, you know, from the top down, like you can just see like it's everything here is ran the right way. Like, it's really a family culture. Like, you know, everybody really care about each other. Everybody really hang out with each other outside of this. Like, you know, like I said, it's people that came from past teams, and I'm sure they can agree with me. Like, it's not always the same. It's different. You know, so I can really honestly say, like, you know, the culture here, like, the type of love that we got for each other, you know, and, you know, from the top down, like, it's just, you can see. You know, everybody here, like, they're here for each other. They want to be here for each other. My coaches really care. Like, it's not all just about ball. Like, you could tell, like, we can walk in the facility and talk to anybody, walk in anybody's office, any coach. You know, you can sit down and laugh and talk with them. Like, it's not like that everywhere. Like, honestly, it's not. So, you know, I think that's just what I'm, like, me in particular, what I'm most grateful for, you know, and thankful for, you know, over my journey. these last 2 years. Like, you know, these people, they really do care.
We hanging out after this? Too soon?
Continue with Jake. Only time for a couple more. We gotta let these guys lose.
For any of the four of you, given that there's still a bowl game to go, do any of you feel the need to say something to Jeff to pick him up after tonight? Or if not, what about his character has you convinced that he will bounce back for this last game?
I believe Jeff has the character trait of picking himself up. I mean, you open social media trying to bring him down, and some way he still finds a way to show up every day, go to work with his head down, and shoot, like you said, like it's nothing. He could bounce back regardless, you know. Like you said, he got his three brothers next to him regardless. Like, sure, I'm probably going to leave this locker room. He probably already going to be at my house. It's just like that. Like, our connection. Man, football can only last so long, man. Like, you can only dwell so much on certain things. Like, next play mentality, next game mentality. Like, at the end of the day, we got to attack it the same way we attack every other game, you know. Same preparation, prepare like you the starter every week, and, you know, just go out there and execute it. At the same time, you know, sure, we got to be better. We're going to be better. So it's just another learning lesson at the end of the day. So, sure, this won't phase him. He better than that.
I guess for you guys who may apply to your final game at this field, what's kind of your guys' viewpoint of where the program's headed and the guys that could carry this thing on?
Just continue to support this football team. I think Kenny does a great job of setting the culture right, setting the standard. You know, like he said 2 years ago, there was bottom of the barrel. This year, shoot, only, what you say? In the past 30 years, it's only been 2 teams to achieve 20 wins. And shoot, we got 19 right now. Shoot, we got one more game to make it happen. Do history as well. So I think the program is in good hands and under control. And shoot, it got vital pieces returning next year that could be a focal point. You know, you got the Jalen Mosses, the Jaron Hamiltons that need to grow, and they're going to grow, and, you know, they're going to be the guys, you know. And you got guys on defense like Ronnie Bimmich that's going to be a guy. You know, C.J. Fice that's going to be guys. Like, you still got guys at the end of the day. Shoot, if I get another year, shoot, I'll be back here, do it again. Shoot, me?
Nah, for real.
Shit. But, you know, just continue supporting our football team. You know, at the end of the day, man, wins and losses, they're going to come, but it's just how you bounce back and respond. So I think our main goal this year has just been refocusing, you know. It's just like kind of lost sight of that at some point in the season, and it kind of shows. So it's just about relocking in, you know, like this group of real guys, you know, we do a good job of that, you know, lining up before the play, say, let's work. Like, you know, let's set the friendship aside, let's work, you know. Like you said, Kirk ain't trying to get blocked, but I'm seeing red, so it's either me or him. Like, somebody got to lose. So I'm saying, like, one-on-one battle's going to make us better, you know. Shoot, he make him better, he make me better, I make him better. It's just, you know, vice versa at the end of the day. So how can we all benefit from each other at the end of the day?
Thank you. Appreciate y'all.
Appreciate
Yeah, appreciate y'all.
y'all.